Hi there, and welcome to Apple World. 2024 Oscars were as of late held, and shockingly, individuals who won grants are not the point of discussion. As a matter of fact, the second that everybody is discussing is the point at which somebody introduced an honor for the best outfit plan. And that somebody is John Cena. So for what reason is somebody introducing an honor certainly standing out? Well, John Cena essentially had all the earmarks of being Bear, and everybody is befuddled, concerning whether he had to play out the stunt or not. So what truly went down during this second that got everybody talking? Everything began when John Cena set to introduce an honor was engaged with a piece that beheld back to a wild Oscar, second from 1974. Picture this in those days. During the 46 Foundation grants, a stripped man ran across the stage. Right as David Nean was acquainting Elizabeth Taylor Swift forward, with now Cena was prodding the crowd with a comparable trick for the 50th commemoration of that notorious streaker, second the honor for the best. T-picture is rarely daintily given, and presently to uncover the items in the current year's most significant envelope is a vital supporter of world diversion. And somebody in any case, here's the win. Cena bails on the arrangement. In the midst of the arrangement, professing to visit somebody offstage named Jimmy, Cena gets out, choosing not to proceed with a bear scramble across the stage. He contends it's not ideal for such a tasteful occasion, even playfully evaluating his own wrestling clothing, his jorts, as being more regrettable than bear. Regardless of the volatile, Cena is pushed to simply introduce the honor without the trick. He plays along, entertainingly, remarking on the significance of ensembles, just to battle with opening the envelope. The candidates he reported for the best outfit configuration were from a blend of motion pictures, adding a serious note to the comedic arrangement, and in the end, he uncovers the most unfortunate things. I can't come there and do the thing. Excuse me briefly. What's happening? You should stumble onto the stage. I adjusted my perspective. I would rather not deceive anyone. Do you mean you would rather not nibble the string any longer? We're doing it. I simply don't have the right outlook on it. This is anything but an occasion. You know, genuinely, that you ought to feel disgraced right now for recommending such a boring thought. It should be interesting. The male body isn't a joke. Mine is no. It's applause. Not this surprising turn. Cena's dithering the comical kids about his jorts and the significance of ensembles generally consolidated to make this second the focal point of consideration, making a remarkable Oscars scene. This entertaining demonstration at the Oscars made loads of big names giggle and even inspired some to work on it without holding back one celebrity. Dwayne T. Stone Johnson didn't simply post about it on the web or discuss it in confidentiality. He talked about it on television during a meeting with Jimmy Kimmel. He began by referencing his most memorable time facilitating the Oscars in 2017 and showed an image of the stone looking intense due to a mix-up with the winner's envelope. Then he discussed a wild second from the current year's Oscars, recounting strolling off stage with John Cena, who wasn't completely dressed, and afterward running into the stone. Kimmel poked a fun at thinking they planned to begin wrestling not too far off. He said they botched an opportunity to educate everybody regarding WrestleMania by not claiming to wrestle. The stone offered a few entertaining remarks about it, too. Whenever I first facilitated the Oscars was in 2017, and you resembled in one of the front seats, and that was the night, the scandalous evening of the misunderstanding with the toward the end envelope, and there's a photo of you. Have you seen this? Here's a photo of you, and in the event that we could zoom in, we can see that there you are. Meryl Rhodes here, and you really look pained, better believe it. Look, at this time, you know how when something turns out to be truly strange, even in this insane cosmetics universe of Hollywood, it was toward the end. There I felt that gracious is somebody. Reason deliberately attempting to undermine this second. So this was a little do I really want to get up here, and that's what take care. Fortunate. Ely, I didn't see you. I would not have been captured yet. I would have happily allowed you to be the person who went up there and sorted that out. Yet it was an insane second. It was. I had an insane second with you the previous evening. Really, it was somewhat odd. I'm falling off the stage with a somewhat new John Cena, and we're going through this little alley, and afterward there's you and John Cena. I'm similar. I feel like I may be battling, so I may be wrestling here in a moment, and I feel like you all contemplated it a while later and truly botched a chance to advance WrestleMania by going after one another in that second on a lawn seat, or crushing something to that effect half exposed. John Cena isn't the person I need to go after at that time. You need him completely bare. I need the stone. I considered the entire thing to be only an entertaining second and didn't ponder it. However, not all VIPs felt the same way about the trick. One superstar, specifically Candace Owens, had an alternate take. Candace made a video on her YouTube channel called Candace Owens Digital Recording to share her considerations. In the video, Candace jumps profoundly into why she thinks the trick was actually a major buzzkill entertaining at all. She discusses how it doesn't check out and why things like this ought not be seen as clever. She likewise addresses how Hollywood has changed our view of nakedness, making us less delicate to it. Candace clarifies that she didn't find the trick entertaining in the slightest. She even discussed individuals saying John Cena was simply doing it to advance his forthcoming film, and she really hated that thought. All things considered, the previous evening was, as a matter of fact, the Oscars. And you know what's in store. Like I said, I didn't watch it. However, I realized that there would have been a lack of bareness. I realized that the VIPs can't overcome an occasion without advancing nakedness or potentially transgenderism, both in the event that it's a great evening. Thus, I was not the least bit shocked to discover that John Cena, the grappler, concluded to do a joke expected to be entertaining and seem exposed. As he was introducing the Oscar for Best Outfit Configuration, it's only extraordinary to me how amusing they find that. Like, they simply believe it's totally silly. And listen, I have no hostility towards John Cena. I simply have hostility towards this waiting to be fundamental when you are introducing it, yet I don't comprehend it. None of it sounds good to me, and what I see this to be is only sort of Hollywood continually attempting to lay out patterns. And part of what they do is they have made us not delicate to seeing bareness, right? It's the desensitization that Hollywood is continually making. We discussed that last week. The last big-name response we'll discuss was from Michela. Michela was truly at the Oscars, and in a meeting with additional television, she said she found the entire thing humorous. She mentioned that famous people, as a matter of fact, need these sorts of interesting minutes during huge occasions like the Oscars. Your thought process of this John Cena second, the who John C. Cena, when he had recently, that was insane and really great for him. Definitely, we really want some chuckling, and the canon melody was phenomenal too, so it was foolery. Even a ton of individuals have blended sentiments about this occasion since it's really disputable. The unavoidable issue is that regardless of whether John Cena was truly driven into doing this trick, he appeared to be extremely awkward up there, not actually into the entire thought of streaking. He just remained there, looking sort of off-kilter, which makes us keep thinking about whether he truly had a say in doing it. Superstars frequently wind up in circumstances where they're approached to wear certain costume outfits or perform explicit demonstrations to improve a film's allure. Cat Williams, who's been standing out via virtual entertainment after his educational meeting on Club Shay with Shannon Sharpe, discussed comparative encounters in his meeting. Computer-aided design focused on how VIPs are once in a while compelled into doing things they might not have any desire to do. Subsequent to getting down on Steve Harvey and Cedric the Performer for not coming clean in the meeting, Cat Williams directed his concentration toward Kevin Hart, naming him as somebody who was misleadingly moved by media outlets. Cat scrutinized Kevin's unexpected ascent to popularity, bringing up that before his enormous break in Soul Plane, Kevin wasn't known for selling out parody clubs. Cat and Kevin have had issues for quite a while, with Cat already proposing that Kevin undermined his qualities for distinction in 15 years in Hollywood. Nobody in Hollywood has a memory of going to a sold-out Kevin Hart show, there being a line for him, truly getting thunderous applause at any satire club he previously had his arrangements when he arrived. Have we known about a comic that came to LA, and in his most memorable year in law, he had his own sitcom on Network TV and had his own film called Soul Plan that he was driving? No, we've never knew about that before. That individual or since that individual, what do you think a plant is perhaps indie? Visuals don't comprehend the meanings of these words when Kevin went on the Morning Meal Club to propose Cat Faults Hollywood. Subscribe Apple World for more videos.